Let's see what we got today. Ooh, China looking good. Not quite the most expensive transfer so far, but Paulinho and Talisca paid over 100 million to get our own players back. Nice. And Koulibaly's the top transfer. Unrealistic, because Chelsea can't transfer anyone for a year. I wonder if they'll put that in FIFA 20. And then Kimpembe seals a deal to it. Look, what the wait. Griezmann, what are you doing?
Everybody watch out. All my niggas on 50, so you know we hopped out. Mobbed out, outside. We gon' show what we about. All my niggas same thing, let you know. We don't do right, you don't know.
Yo, I like danced legit for 2 minutes. I'm fucking out of breath. Oh, ni hao, ladies and gentlemen. It's your #1 fat Asian. Not so fat anymore. For you guys who don't know, I recently got tested and yours truly is a pre-diabetic. I know. Who could have seen this coming? But luckily, I'm young enough where they're saying that, yeah, as long as you lose the weight and cut back on carbs, you won't go full-blown diabetes. And since that diagnosis, I've actually lost like 7 pounds. I don't know, in a year's time, I just might be the normal Asian. But people of the Fat Asian Nation, if you're proud of my weight loss, go ahead and smush your slightly less fatty nipple into that like button right now. Help me out in the algorithm, bitches. But enough gushing about me. Let's talk more about the China. In this episode, we are going to do a full transfer window. I got a lot of big plans about that. We have your voting results on all the rule changes and whatnot. But first, let's go ahead, kick it off with a couple of comments. First and foremost, I saw a lot of this sentiment echoed in the comment section of the last episode, and that is one of Ronald Here Eyes, and he says, I left Pornhub for this, and it's not even uploaded. I've been blue-balled for nothing. And I saw a bunch of other comments with a whole bunch of likes on it. They're like, get rid of Premiere. Oh my God, Premiere's so annoying. It's not even uploaded yet. And to that, I must say, I apologize because I've scheduled premieres before in the past, but I think YouTube kind of messed up and just sent it out to you guys a notification that I had actually uploaded. And I think this glitch came about because I was in LA this past weekend and I scheduled it for release as opposed to just manually releasing it. So from now on, I'm no longer going to do any premieres that I schedule because, you know, this fiasco can happen. So hopefully everyone's happy. Then we have this comment from It's Kenneth, mate. And he says, play Hulk at striker and Paulinho in the midfield. It makes no sense to play him up front. Well, Kenneth, it did make sense because his stats are actually the best at striker. But then again, we did kind of lose in the preseason tournament. And 56 other of you guys agreed with him. So, all right, we'll try to maximize Paulinho. We'll move him back to the CDM position. As for Hulk, I'm going to leave him out wide for now. We might experiment with him at the striker position, but it's the transfer window. We're going to be bringing in a lot of new names today, a lot of new faces, and maybe one or two of them might be at the striker position. And speaking of transfers, let's go ahead and talk about what happened in the last episode. We brought in Paulinho and Talisca for absorbent amounts of money, as well as Hulk, which took our original transfer budget of 300 million down to 146 million. We spent half of our transfer budget on 2 players that we already had and a 31-year-old. And on the word of the transfer policies, I went ahead and asked you, the People's Republic, what should our transfer policy be? And overwhelmingly, 72% says we should go buck wild with the CSL transfers, which means every single Chinese Super League player is free game. So I am going to make a couple more CSL transfers, but I'm still not going to buy like everyone. I'm not going to buy Carrasco and Oscar just because they're a little bit younger and I want some new blood to come in a little bit down the road. But I will go in for Pato and Renato Augusto, as well as a couple of other hidden gems that I found in the CSL League. Like this guy, for instance, Zhang Shenlong. Plays for Shanghai. He's 17 years of age, and he's 6'4". What 17-year-old Chinese guy is 6'4"? Apparently, we have the son of Yao Ming, and Shenlong, I believe, is like the name of a dragon. Only has potential of 72. And what I'm thinking is, what if we go ahead, we bring him in, we inject him with a couple of more Chinese steroids, and up his potential from 72 to 80. Nothing crazy, but definitely usable, and it would be a nice wrinkle. Instead of having just only basically creative players, we could go ahead and have some real authentic players as well, with Shenlong the Dragon, or even this guy, Wu Lei, who's been China's best player for the past couple years. And then there are a number of other cheap defensive options that I'm going to go in for. Essentially, we're making an all-star CSL team. And this guy's not that good, but his name is Wang Gang. Wang Gang. Let me know in the comments down below if you too are a part of #WangGang. He's actually really sucky and he's 29 years old, but I'm going to buy him for the meme. And as for the vote on the transfer policy regarding young players that we're looking to nationalize into Chinese players, overwhelmingly, again, 75% of you guys saying stretch the rules instead of being really stringent. This is the rule that pertains to, oh, should we only be going after players who haven't been capped for their nationality? Under those rules, Alphonso Davies actually would be ineligible. But now that I've gotten approval from the board, thank you, President GP, we're gonna go after the big signing of this episode. And of course, it's the guy that we've been previewing since episode Una, or Yat. That's how you say one in Chinese, or at least Cantonese. We're now gonna go after the one, the only, Alphonso Davies. Let's negotiate. I know that he recently transferred over to Bayern Munchen, but through the power of the cheat engine, aka Chinese bribe money, we convinced the representatives at Bayern to hear us out. I see that you have purchased this bright young talent, but Bayern, you have so many great players already, you don't need another one, and his current value is 5.5 million. So let me just bump that up, double that price on you, give you 11 million, and see what they have to say. This would be amazing if they actually want more. Oh no, they think it's fair. And so with that, let's go ahead and negotiate. I'm not going to do full negotiations for every single player that we bring in, but for you, Alphonso, you're worth it. Nehoma, homeboy. Oh, and he's got a real face. Excellent. Wages. How much you getting paid right now? His current wage is 17.5. And I'm not going to fuck around. I'm not just going to double it. I'm just going to triple it. I'm going to, what is this, like quadruple it? Penta-upple it? Fuck it, I'm just gonna put 100. I'm paying a 17-year-old $100,000 a week. Submit the offer, and that is a fair offer. Thank you so much, Mr. Alphonso. No oile. Now, if Alphonso Davies was the marquee signing, and I got 2 more places to go ahead and grab for international players, I'm gonna go a little bit more low-key. We're not gonna go for the Emilio Barcos of the world right now. I want this career mode to have a kind of underground vibe. So the first guy up that I'm gonna sign is this man right here, Emmanuel Dennis. 20 years of age, 75 overall, and best of all, Nigerian. You guys already know China's been massively investing into Africa's infrastructure, specifically in Nigeria. Now, China didn't need to do that, so the least that Nigeria could do for us is give us a little bit of football and talent. And that's what I see in Emmanuel Davies, a man who can play all along the front line, left mid, right mid, striker, 20 years of age. We take a look at his stats on FIFA, blazingly quick, 9.3 acceleration, 88 sprint speed, 83 agility, excellent balance, but what I like about him most, 88 jumping and 77 heading accuracy, which means if he is free on the back post, he's gonna bury that shit. And also, his last name is Dennis. That's awesome. We already have a built-in nickname for him, Dennis the Menace. It's a perfect nickname for a winger. He's got fan favorite for this career mode written all over him. So let's go in. It's worth 9 million. We're gonna offer 18. That should be good. Done. Dusty. And his current wages are 18. We're gonna bump that shit up. 40, son. And the last international player that we're looking to nationalize in this episode 3 is going to be this man right here, Jean-Philippe Gabamin. Gabamin. I'm just gonna call him GBA because I played a lot of Game Boy Advance growing up. Shocker. Asian likes video games. But Jean-Philippe is more than a portable gaming system. He is by far the most polished players out of the youngsters. And what puts him apart from the dime a dozen super physical midfielders is 2 things. One, he is from Africa, so it aligns with China's spending in Africa to go ahead and poach talent from them. And secondly, GBA is blazingly fast, 85 sprint speed. Top that off with 83 stamina, 83 strength, and 80 stand tackle already. He's rated 79, he's got a potential of 84. He would be a defensive monster sitting at the base of our midfield. So let's go in for the Game Boy Advance. Let me know in the comments down below, how many of you guys actually had a Game Boy Advance? Maybe there are a couple of you who aren't even alive when the Game Boy Advance was out. My personal favorite was, of course, the Pokemon games for super dope, Ruby and Sapphire. But my all-time favorite GBA game, Golden Sun. That was my shit. All right, 12.5. We're gonna put them up for 25. And our starting wages are at 25. We're gonna bump that shit up to 50. And remember, this episode is going to be accelerated. We are gonna play until the January window. So if I don't like some of these players, if I don't like GBA, if I don't like Dennis the Menace, we could ship them out and bring in another good youngster to go ahead and replace them. So let me know, should I be going after someone? Should I go after George Haji's kid, Pepe, Brumo Darling Diawara, or is there someone that I haven't even looked up yet? And Wule I'm gonna leave for now because he's kind of weird. He's technically not a CSL player. And also in the last episode, I had you guys go ahead and vote on whether we should send, ironically, Civil War General Robert E. Lee to scout in Africa. It's still funny because it's still fucked up. And overwhelmingly, the most one-sided of all the votes, 81% was like, send Robert E. Lee to Africa. It's not racist. Once again, it is not racist because technically Robert E. Lee is getting paid $0, so he's the slave, and now he's recruiting players that will get paid. So if anything, it's reverse slavery. So that's what we're going to do. We are going to set up a scouting network in Nigeria. So while the academy is set up in Nigeria, we're going to get these players, and then with the cheat engine, we're going to convert them over to Shiny. And just like that, boom, 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 Alphonso Davies, Dennis the Menace, and the Game Boy Advance, all on Guangzhou Evergrande. As for the CSL players, we have brought in Alexander Pato, Renato Augusto, and Kevin Bali. And of course, the most important transfer of all in this episode, Wang Gang. Wang Gang. So after the signings, this is how the squad looks like. We're going to put Alexander Pato up top. We got Anderson Talisca behind him. On the right, we got Hulk. On the left, we have Starlight, Alphonso Davies. In the midfield, at the two CDM positions, we got Paulinho and GBA. And in the back line, we have Zhou Zhang, who was already here. Zhang Limping, who was also already here. Kevin Bali, who we just signed. Zen Chen in between the six. And of course, Wang Gang. In fact, let's give Wang Gang the captaincy. I know we just signed him, but he deserves it. And then on the bench, we have the likes of Renato Augusto, Dennis the Menace, Zhang Zi, Gao Lin, a couple of players who are already here, and this 17-year-old who's 6'4". I wish I was 6'4" at any time in my life. And here we go, ladies and gentlemen. It's finally in. Oh my God, we are going to get our first scouting report from Jackie Chan and of course the Kung Fu Panda. And for all you guys over on the Twitch, for the first 22 of you guys who went ahead and signed up to become subscribers, we're going to be naming some of these crops after you. I'm going to figure out how to contact you guys. Have no fear. I'm probably going to whisper you guys on Twitch, so stay tuned for that. And if you're watching this on either Saturday or Sunday, go ahead and check me out on the Twitch crews over here. I'll probably be playing live. I'll be playing a lot of these games live. You can interact with me. You can name the MVP, all types of good stuff. Go check it out. But without further ado, let's go in. Jackie Chan, what do you got for me? We got Hagao. Oh man, bringing it back. He sucks though. That's a little bit sad, but you guys might remember Hagao from the previous series. Then we have Bang Wang. Let's go. 74 to 94, 6'2", and he's a keeper. Oh man, we'll have Bang Wang in between the sticks, and then Wang Gang out on the right back. Oh my God. Kang Dong coming in 71 to 94, 5'7" though, but we'll still go ahead and bring him in. Value 225, which means he's already pretty highly rated. So not a terrible crop from Jackie Chan, but let's see what Po, aka Kung Fu Panda, has got for us. Out the gate, we have Qi Chen Dang, who is obviously a white guy. I know, it kind of sucks this year that some of these guys look like white guys, but with the power of the cheat engine, we'll be able to convert them to look like Asians. Or, this is the creative part of my brain that was working, what if these are actually white guys? Because I mean, if we are a Chinese team in England, wouldn't it make sense that we would set up a training academy and scouting academy in England as well? We can find potential English players and then just nationalize them to Chinese, bring them back over to the academies in Guangzhou or all other parts of China, and then just give them a Chinese name. This guy, for all we know, could be named Scott Parker. Much in the same way, when Chinese people come over to America, they adopt an English name. Me, for instance, my name is Nathan Nye, but my Chinese name is Nai Chi Sing. So go ahead, vote up on the I thingy. Should we be changing up the white guys, or should we leave the white guys as is? This guy's not all that great, not all that great. Kung Fu Panda, less dumplings, more scouting. Now here's another thing that we could possibly do. Do we scout a future star? And then whatever nationality he is, don't matter. We'll just nationalize him to China and be all good. What do you guys think? Vote up in the I thingies. But now we're at the crucial portion of the season. Yes, let's get into the highlights. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it is post-com B- coming at you for the first half highlights of the season, starting out at Stevenage Park. And as you can see, Hulk is actually tearing it up. So it's Kenneth Bate. We're going to try him out as striker. We're going to see if the big boy can get the job done. All right, starting it off. Look at this fortuitous bounce right here. And Davies is away. No one is going to catch him as he flies down the wing. L1 cross. Inch perfect. He rises. And the Hulkster puts it in the back of the net. Look at this inch perfect cross from Alphonso Davies. The goalkeeper stretches out. And it was going to be a long day for Stevenage. Is that a pen? No, it's not. But that one is. Sloppy defending from Stevenage as Talisca, as our pen taker, steps up and hits it directly at the keeper. Not my best work, but still, we're going to keep it pressing. As you can see, Alphonso Davies open on the wing, double tap across, And Dennis the Menace, the other new signee, is now on the board. He's going to bring everyone together. You already know. Oh, so beautiful. Look at this. Left wide open. Alphonso with his second assist of the day. And Dennis the Menace ain't going to miss from that distance. Lovely, lovely stuff. And early MVP contenders, ladies and gentlemen, as Stevenage was back at it again with the tomfoolery and skullduggery. Look at this, a pen right into the back, taking out the legs of GBA. And can we go ahead and, no, Hulk this time with the miss, but the following corner results in a goal anyway. It was fate, baby. And look who got the goal. It was Paulinho. So whoever was yelling at me saying that it didn't make sense for Paulinho to play striker, well, Kenneth mate, the jury's still out as I get my first win in real time that actually matters. But this is the big one of this episode. Caribou Cup up against Brighton. So we're going to see if we actually match up to some Premier League action here. And it's Penn City. That's what we're doing. Talisca back on it. And another save. 3 save pens. And the computer is cheating. That's the only way that I can get back on this. And then look at this. An instant counterattack. Could have switched it across, but opts to go for it. That one goes out of bounds. And another great attempt by Brighton. But then, oh, terrible defending. Davies is inside. Gets it across. What a miss. No. Dennis the Menace. In the 68th minute of a really tight game. It was really back and forth, really frustrating to break both sides down, but still we put it on. Now late in the match, 70th minute. What is going to happen here? Lovely run from Talisca. He's in space. Oh, silky smooth from the Brazilian as he runs to the side. That one could be the clincher. This game was extremely frustrating. Hold on. Oh, lovely. But look at this. No one tracks around Talisca. The defender steps up. And there you go. You can suck a dick, Brighton. As we cut it across over here. Look. Oh, Dennis. Full turnaround. And Hulk with the miss. What are you doing? But it is enough to get us across the line. And we actually defeat a Premier League caliber side. That is huge, but if you actually take a look at both of those rosters, you know, with the likes of Hulk, Paulinho, Talisca, maybe we're up there. Alphonso Davies early on in this match in the EFL League 2. And look at this, another great attempt. Pato this time with the miss at point-blank range. Now Hulk, oh, a little bit of the heel-to-heel. He's got space, fires, and another save. This is crazy stuff. And then Pato, I like the tenacity in that one. But now, Davies onto it, flips it into the middle. Makes a little bit of a mess of it. Hulk recollects it. What is he going to do here? Playing a little bit of 1-2. Back over. Oh! Delicious. Hulk with the second goal of this, well, I guess the highlights. Look at that pass, though. That pass is the one. I think Alexander Pato put that on a plate for him. And then we're cutting inside. And look at this. It has just not been Pato's day. Excellent assist on his part, but yeah. Now let's hit to the halfway point. And as you can see, we have jumped ahead to January 1st, which means we will be kicking off the next episode in the January transfer window. At the halfway point, you can see that Guangzhou Evergrande is comfortably in first place. I mean, you know, 9 points. It's not total domination, but comfortable, like Man City levels. As you can see, in dominating fashion, Hulk with 18 goals and Dennis the Menace with 16. As for assists, we got Talisca in the lead with 11, Hulk contributing 5, and then Augusto with 4. And then clean sheets, 13 clean sheets for the China #1, Zheng Chen. And as for the MVP, I think our 3 contenders are pretty obvious. Hulk, he scored a myriad of goals throughout the season. He's the top scorer in the league, and he was fantastic, rising above. Alphonso Davies, 2 assists in the 3 matches that we played, and he was electric out there on the wing. And I think the last guy was well, I guess he was a smidge behind, but 18 or 16 goals for Dennis the Menace. He was pretty good on the right side, and he had a nice little tuck away goal in the match highlights. And I'm going to leave it on a little bit of a cliffhanger. I'm going to start off next episode by showing you all of the best crops, all of the best recruits that we have found throughout China and Nigeria. So go ahead and get hyped for that. Also, the MVP of the last episode, you guys went ahead and voted. And dominating fashion, 58% of the vote, over 4,000 people wanted Anderson Talisca to go ahead and win MVP the last episode, which means he will be getting a certain perk. And I don't know exactly what we should be doing for Talisca as of now. We'll either be giving him something like +5 and a stat, or maybe like a new trait or something, but I'm gonna make a lot of these decisions on stream, as well as since we are going into the January window, I don't know if I played enough games with these players to really give a sense of whether I should be moving on from Alphonso Davies or GBA or Dennis the Menace. So I'm going to be playing more games on stream at Twitch. Go ahead and check me out here. And then I'll have a little bit of debate with you guys on maybe some of the perks. If you have any great perk ideas, either leave it in the comments down below, or better yet, come over to the Twitch and tell me there. I'm going to be streaming every Saturday and Sunday starting around 10 a.m. PST time and probably going for 2 to 3 hours. But yeah, that's pretty much going to conclude episode 3 of the China Runs Everything career mode. And thank you guys so much for the tremendous support on this series and on the channel recently. It's been absolutely fantastic. But yeah, that's it for me. Be honest. Hopefully you guys are having a wonderful day. Remember, stay yourself, stay humble, and until next time, guys, jogging.